Hello! So, today I want to talk to you about the power of intention and asking for what you want. So, I want to share something about me. Like, I used to be really, really bad at asking for help, and I don't even know where this stems from or where it came from, but I guess I had some sort of superwoman complex where I felt like, oh, I can do everything myself. I don't need to ask for help. Like it's a sign of my strength or whatever. I don't even know. But to paint this picture for you, I remember this one time. I was like super pregnant. I was like 7 or 8 months pregnant, and I was out relaxing by my pool like a big pregnant woman should be doing. And then I got this wild hair that I was gonna do like all this like yard work and like rearrange all the furniture in the yard, like heavy furniture. And so I did like this, I was doing this like heavy manual labor, and I remember being out, dragging these like big heavy palm fronds out to the curb in my front yard in my bikini with like my super pregnant body. And like one of my neighbors is just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, doing yard work. What does it look like I'm doing? But just the look on his face and the fact that that was just a day in the life. There was nothing special about that day or that time. That was just me. That's how I always was. I could have easily asked someone else to help me do that or get someone else to do it. I was like, oh, I'm just going to do some yard work. But that was a lot of how I was running my life. And then like probably a couple of years ago, I remember like just feeling super overwhelmed. And I shared it with one of my coaches. I was like, I have two daughters, and one of them, my youngest at the time, was like still an infant or maybe a toddler age, like really still pretty young. And I was feeling stressed. I had run multiple businesses and just had all this stuff going on. So I told her, I was like, God, I'm just like so overwhelmed right now. And she was like, well, Dawn, like, you're really good at a lot of things. She's like, but you are horrible at asking people for help. And I was like, first I was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I am. And she's like, because I think she called me out on it. She's like, well, Nate, when's the last time you asked someone to help you? And she's like, it doesn't count, like hiring someone, employees, that doesn't count. Like besides like paying for service, like when do you reach out and ask for help? And I was like, huh, she's right. I was like, I couldn't think of a single time. So I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. And I just decided at that point that I was going to tell the universe that I was ready to be supported. That was my intention. I said, I want to feel supported. And I asked for it. And then my daily mantra became, I am supported. So if you don't know this, the words I am are very powerful. Whatever you put after them is something that you can manifest. And so don't put anything negative. But I didn't even believe it. I was like, I am supported. I am like, no, you're not. I was like calling myself out. I was like, no, you're not. But I kept doing it, and I kept feeling what it felt like to be supported, like imagining what that feeling would be like, and visualizing all these people supporting me. Because my coach was like, Dawn, you have all these people who would love to support you, and you're like not taking them up on it, and you're not letting them. And she's like, and you're such a giving person, and you help other people all the time, so why wouldn't you let that be reciprocated? And I was like, yeah, I mean, she had all these good points, which is why I was working with her. She's awesome. So ever since then, I changed my thoughts. And when your thoughts change, your actions change. And when your actions change, your outcomes change. So it was not this like big, like outward thing, aggressive, like this campaign and like post it on Facebook, I need your help, or like call up all my friends, help me. It wasn't like that. It was very subtle. It was just my mind shift changing. And over the last couple of years, I've come so far. I had this total like holy shit moment the other night when I was just like, wow, I am supported. Like I really believe it. I was like, wow, I've never felt so supported in my life. And it's kind of amazing. Like I just finished my yoga teacher training, which was a 200-hour training in 4 months. And so first of all, just my family that stepped up for me to, take care of my girls when I was away. And then not to mention all of the people in my training, my fellow teacher trainees and the teachers and everyone just so awesome and supportive. And also recently joined this mastermind of other business people that are just really committed to making a difference in the world. And they're also amazingly supportive. You know, I've set along a new business venture too in the last couple months, and just the partnerships that have been showing up and the awesome clients and just everything that's happening. I'm like, holy shit, I've come a long way. But the reason I'm sharing this with you, because I want you to know the power of asking for something, declaring it to the universe, and then, you know, changing the energy around that. So the way, you know, thoughts, your thoughts are energy. So when you change your thoughts, you can just do like I did, like, I am supported. What do you want in your life? Do you want more peace? Do you want more love? Do you want more strength? Patience? You know, I am peace, I am love, I am strength, I am patient. Say it every day. You're not going to believe it at first, but say it to yourself every day. Write it out, like, and just start thinking that, start feeling that. What does it feel like? Visualize it. What does it feel like to finally have that? And do it. Stay committed to doing that every single day, and you'll see things to start shifting. And then 2 years from now, you'll have your like holy shit moment too. But so I challenge you to think about that. What is something you're lacking in your life, and how can you start changing the energy around that? So, you know, if you're going to do this, it's always good to like try to get an accountability partner, get someone to do it with you, so you guys can check in with each other in a few days, and then in a week, and a month, in a couple months, and just check in. And where are you at with this? Have you seen any shifts happening? And share it with me, because I always love to know what my peeps are up to, and I will be your cheerleader. So that's it for today, but thank you. I love you. Talk to you soon. Mwah.